Top 20 Video Game Soundtracks. Ballblazer, 1985. Which is one of the coolest things about it. Designers may make it responsive to the action or other components. Bastion, 2011. Supergiant Games made a fantastic debut with Bastion, but fans remember it most for its outstanding soundtrack. Chrono Trigger, 1995. One of those once-in-a-lifetime creative projects that you couldn't replicate even if you tried as Chrono Trigger. Crypt of the Necro Dancer, 2015. Players must navigate monster-infested tunnels while moving and attacking to the rhythm of the eerie electronic rock music. Cuphead, 2017. Cuphead's creators incorporated jazz and big band music into the soundtrack to evoke the sense of 1930s cartoons and give the game a vintage vibe. Doom, 1993. The original Doom soundtrack by Bobby Prince revolutionized how composers viewed creating music for video games. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest, 1995. It's almost impossible to pick a favorite soundtrack when all the Donkey Kong Country games are backed by some killer tunes. Earthbound, 1994. Fans of the 16-bit era of the industry recall Earthbound, also known as Mother 2 in Japan, with affection. The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, 2011. A 30-man choir was used to record the game's imaginary dragon language for the primary theme of Skyrim. Final Fantasy VI, 1994. It's nearly hard to conceive about Final Fantasy VI, the best role-playing game of all time and the best of the 16-bit period, without its Nobuo Uematsu soundtrack. Final Fantasy XV, 2016. A genuinely epic 5-hour celebration of the relationships between family and friends is created by the soundtrack. Grim Fandango, 1998. The tracks incorporate traditional noir-style arrangements with Mexican flourishes and even klezmer. Hotline Miami, 2012. A gritty world of murder and mayhem was introduced to players in 2012's unlikely indie success Hotline Miami. Journey, 2012. The Game Company's atmospheric Journey is the first video game to ever have its soundtrack nominated for a Grammy Award. Katamari Damacy, 2004. This eccentric 2004 cult classic's wholly original music. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, 2017. The soundtrack is filled with somber wind instruments, uplifting horns, mournful piano. Mafia 3, 2016. The period-appropriate soundtrack consists of 1968 classics like 96 Tears and Born on the Bayou, but what really elevates it into brilliance comes with the game's third act twist. Mega Man 2, 1989. The soundtracks for the Capcom classic Mega Man 2 by Takashi Tateishi represent the height of what the system was capable of. Persona 5, 2016. Fans of Atlus's stylish Persona series agree on everything except for which game has the best soundtrack because they're all full of absolute bangers. Shadow of the Colossus, 2005. The player assumes the character of an unnamed man tasked with eliminating a dozen enormous, lumbering animals. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, 1994. This Sega Genesis game contains some of the most powerful bangers of the 16-bit period. Streets of Rage 2, 1992. Was a seriously sick collection of songs that drew influence from Detroit techno and breakbeat. Super Mario Galaxy, 2007. The Super Mario series features some of the most memorable music, but Super Mario Galaxy elevated the concept by placing Mario in space. Undertale, 2015. Inspired by RPG games on the Super Nintendo, indie game developer Toby Fox released Undertale opens in a new window, to near universal praise. The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, 2015. Due in part to the meticulous world building, The Witcher 3 is perhaps the closest thing you can find to a perfect game.